Master Qui-Gon, sir. I do not wish to be a problem.
You won't be any. I'm not allowed to train you, so I want you to watch me and be mindful. Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you will be safe.
Master, sir, I've been wondering, what are midichlorians?
Midichlorians are a microscopic life form that reside within all living cells and communicate with the Force.
They live inside of me?
In your cells, we are symbiotes with the midichlorians.
Symbiotes?
Life forms living together for mutual advantage. Without the midichlorians, life could not exist, and we would have no knowledge of the Force. They continually speak to you, telling you the will of the Force.
They do?
When you learn to quiet your mind, you will hear them speaking to you.
I don't understand.
With time and training, Annie, you will.
You will, Sonny. You will.
When he keeps repeating every word, it makes me think of Papa Doo Doo.
Papa Doo-Doo?
Like when a kid is like trying to repeat what you're saying,
Papa
but they're like
Doo-Doo.
Papa Wappa.
Yeah. It was funny. I was watching your facial expression, and you had this like sad little kid. Yeah. So, I actually don't know which movie that
I heard
one is
you and
from.
Obi-Wan fighting. Were you guys fighting about me? No.
KT, I don't like Star Wars like you guys like Star Wars. At least I know it's from Star Wars, either 1, 2, or 3. I don't know which one. Which one is it?
It's the first one.
Take a guess. Just guess. Which one is it?
Oh,
Well, KT just gave me the
Go
answer,
on,
so I'm going to
give
say
it
1.
away.
1. It was the first one. I knew the whole time.
What's the title of the first one called? What's it called?
Phantom Menace.
What's it called?
Did I get it right?
Sorry, there's a huge lag right
The
now between
Phantom
Brian and us.
The
He's kind of
Phantom
on
Menace.
his own planet right now.
Yay!
It's gonna make this episode super fun.
I got it right. Okay. No, that's good. At least I got it right. There is a little bit of lag, but that just means Brian will look silly, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a fun episode because he'll be like, Bob, what?
Baba, what? So, if you didn't know where that quote was, like me, all right, that was from Star Wars Episode 1, the Phantom Menace. All right. What scene is that? I don't even know what's going on. Well, anyways, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That episode 155. If you don't know who we are, we've got Brian. Well, now he's down below. Usually it's Katie down below. And what the hey? All right, well, Brian's down below. So, Brian, we've got Brian down below.
Train him, Obi-Wan. He is the chosen one.
We've got KT to the side.
I'm not dead just because I make this sound. Doesn't mean a person is dead.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm Ileana, your host, and we are siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, movies, video games, TV shows, all things of that sort, and decided to talk about it here on the internet with all of you people, and here you are listening. So, welcome. We've got quite the show for you guys tonight, like always. But before we get into that, make sure you've hit that subscribe button because every subscriber, all right, becomes a sibling, honorary sibling. So if you guys want to be part of the family, you got to hit the subscribe button so you can join us, okay? Join us. All right? So, oh yeah, join me. All right. So you definitely want to hit that subscribe button. Also, ring the notification bell if you ever want to know when we have an episode coming out. I always love to read your guys' comments in the comment section. So definitely leave those of what you guys thought about this episode. Okay. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on. There's really not a whole lot of news going on right now. It's really interesting what's happening. It's kind of like, where's the meat? You know, what's going on?
I feel like the world is at a standstill just because it's the Olympics.
You mean
All
the
eyes
beef?
are focused on that.
Bum, bum, ba bum 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 ba da 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 bum bum ba da. Yeah, we're so good at that. You can tell we're elementary school teachers because we're like, so extra. But anyways, let's jump into the news. I think you're right though. Everything is kind of on a standstill. If you have been watching the Olympics, they have been crazy. They have been awesome.
It's insane.
It's like they're superheroes,
They really are. And I've been seeing videos posted on Facebook of like the Olympics in 1924.
Yes.
Or, like years ago. And they were just like, we're going to do a jump.
Yeah.
Gold medal. Just for like, wah.
Yeah. Guys, I can jump into the water. And now we're like, Oh, Brian was going to say something, but there's a delay.
No, I'm good. It's all good. You guys are doing good.
Well, if you have something to input,
we want
definitely
to hear
do so.
from you, brother.
Yeah. Have you guys been watching the Olympics?
Joanna doesn't turn it off. It's on nonstop. We were actually watching Poland and the United States play volleyball today. And Joanna was like, I know that guy. We went to school together. Bartusz.
She sent me a Snapchat of that. She
Bart?
was really excited.
Yeah, she was like, American and Polish men? All right. I'll stay. I'll watch.
And I'm like,
Don't mind if I do. Yeah, so the Olympics have been crazy. I'm like,
Me too.
Sha'Carri Richardson, let's go. All right, let's go Simone Biles, okay? Katie Ledecky, let's go. I'm like, this is the first Olympics where it is 50% male and 50% female. Like, that blew my mind just thinking about that it has never ever been half and half.
People that haven't decided.
Oh my gosh. We're not going to even touch that subject at all. However, I was really impressed with just like the strength and the endurance of these people. And it's always so funny when you're watching the Olympics because you're like watching that one person fall behind. Like if you're watching the swimming or something, you're like, 8th place, dude. What are you doing? Everybody's all the way over there. They're already turning back. Why are you still back here? And then you have to remember, oh yeah, these people are like Olympians, remember? They're like the best of the best.
Have you watched this rock climbing thing though? Like these guys rock climbing? It is the most silliest sport ever. I was
they
like,
go so fast.
What the heck? You just jumped up and no, get out of here. This isn't a sport. What are you, crazy?
What would be more interesting if it was bouldering?
Nope, I'm there in 3 seconds.
Yeah, it would be more interesting, in my opinion, if it was actually bouldering, so you didn't have a harness or anything, and see how long you can climb up. So I actually do bouldering. I'm going tomorrow night.
What does their hair have to do with anything?
Did I touch my hair?
No, you said they're bouldering. What does bouldering have to do
Bouldering, you fool! Bouldering! See, if you didn't hit the subscribe button, guys, you can't call each other fools, okay?
You fool!
Fool of a took! Alright? So, no. Bouldering. Boulder. Alright? That's when you're climbing and trying to do your, I forgot what it's called. Your zone or your trail or whatever. Gosh, what's that called now? It's been 2 months since I've gone bouldering. Okay, whatever. Your path. But, they do it without harnesses, and it looks so hard and tricky. But I think with the harness, it's like it's kind of propelling you up a little bit, like trying to take you up. So yeah, I agree with you that it does look a little bit silly, and maybe it's like, I don't know. But the people do get stuck on there, so, it is what it is. But yeah, the Olympics, that ends in a couple days, actually. I think they've got like another week or so to go of the Olympics, but it
Friday.
has... Yeah, Friday. So
no, I think it's Friday.
They end like the 11th or something.
And then Tom Cruise is gonna bring it to LA. He's gonna do a stunt because next 4 years from now, the Olympics is in Los Angeles.
Oh.
So Tom Cruise is gonna do a stunt. to get it up, turn it off.
I saw a bug. Well, anyways, so the Olympics are probably holding everyone's attention right now. So there's just really nothing in the news. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first one is, it's been, okay, we just finished basically the summer blockbuster season, I guess you could say. Like, school's back in session. Summer is wrapping up. It's almost mid-August, kind of thing. So Deadpool and Wolverine have already come out. Twisters has already come out. We're going to go ahead and talk about those. So Deadpool and Wolverine, did you guys both see it?
I did.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Brian's. I
don't watch
didn't,
garbage
or
like
I
that.
did.
He doesn't watch garbage like that. I'm kind of with him. I
Okay.
don't watch garbage like that either.
Wesley and I went on a date. And I didn't watch the second Deadpool. I saw the first one and I thought, okay, it's good. Like, it's definitely a niche audience. And this is still definitely a niche audience. But we had a great time with it. I was just really uncomfortable the entire time.
With the
Because
amount of curse words, or?
No, because there were children sitting next to me and a
Oh.
baby behind me.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. It seemed like that was the norm in a lot of theaters, because I was watching a lot of people who don't live in the same area posting about, like, why are there children in my theater right now to see Deadpool and Wolverine? So I don't really know what was going on with the American population this past month, but why are you taking your kids to go see a rated R movie?
And if it's something about not being able to have childcare, then don't go see it.
Then don't go see it. One, you're showing them movies like that are not child appropriate. Second, you're kind of ruining the experience for everyone else.
Yeah, it was really awkward. And then the family next to us, the kids were being kids.
Right.
And that's
a long movie.
Yeah, it's a rather long movie. And so the kids were like bouncing up and down on the chairs. So they would be like, stop it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, how
It
weird.
just ruins.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
God, that would tick me off so bad.
And so it's like, Brian and I both have kids, and I don't think either of us would feel comfortable taking our kids to watch something like
No,
that. So you
and-
can't even be like, oh, well, you don't have kids, so you don't understand. It's like, no.
100% no.
No.
And here's the thing. No, I do not have kids, but I work with them.
Yeah.
And what they put in, they're going to put out.
Yes.
And then it's going to get them in trouble.
Yeah.
And then when they go back and they're like, well, I saw this on such and such, then the parents are going to be upset, not at themselves, but at the teacher saying, why didn't you contain this?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why did you take your kids to this?
Yeah, it's a ridiculous cycle of people complaining about, well, I let that happen at my house. Well, I don't care what you happen at your house, all right? This is public. This is at a school. Your kid is a child, for one thing. So maybe, set boundaries. I don't know. I'm going to be a little bit judgy in that regard. If you totally disagree, that's your prerogative,
Leave
whatever.
it in the comments. Tell me, prove me otherwise.
Yeah, I honestly disagree just wholeheartedly. You can disagree as well. That's what makes us different, but I just don't think it's the time and place for a kid. They don't need to be exposing themselves to stuff like that.
As a movie, though, it was very fun. I will
Okay.
say that. It was very, very fun. Lots of laugh out loud moments. The action was so good. I think a lot of it was just fanboy,
Yeah.
put-ins, inputs, whatever.
Fan service, Easter
fan
eggs.
service. That's
Gotcha.
That's exactly what the
Gotcha.
word. But the best parts were actually when Deadpool and Wolverine were fighting each other. So freaking hilarious. Such good choreography.
Was the banter on it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The beginning sequence, it's not really a spoiler because you have to find Wolverine somehow. He died in Logan.
Right.
He died at the end of Logan. But having to find the Wolverine or a Wolverine for sake of the story, that was awesome. That was hysterical. So the story itself, not important, stupid. Not important.
Bare minimum,
Yeah, you don't go there for the story. It's there just to glue everything together. It has dang, his name is Matthew. What's his name? Mr. Darcy.
McFadden.
Yeah, Matthew McFadden in it, and he was a riot.
Really?
Yeah, he's actually very funny. So I liked him, even though he was playing a rather stoic character.
As always.
He was still really, really funny. So I enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know if I would be up for like, let's see it again. At least not unless it's on a streaming service that I already pay for.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Hugh Jackman.
Oh my. They both did a great job in their roles, though.
Yeah, I think Ryan Reynolds actually believes that he is Deadpool.
Yeah.
I think that is actually, he's not Ryan Reynolds anymore. He's Ryan Reynolds when he's selling Mint.
Yeah, Mint Mobile.
Yeah, Mint Mobile. And then he's actually Deadpool in his everyday life. I think Blake Lively, his wife, was Lady Deadpool.
Yeah.
And two of his, I think he has 2 children, and they were also little Deadpools.
Yeah.
So.
What I loved was at the like local movie theaters and stuff, people were posting that they had Deadpools like dressed up there.
There was one at my theater.
Yeah, so like it was like paid by the theater to have a Deadpool there to like, you know, like stir up comedy in the theater, and also like not in the movie theater like while you're watching the movie, but like in the lobby. Had like a character dressed up there to take pictures or like tease people. So I thought that was really fun and like immersive.
I almost took a picture with him, but then I thought, I'm not 16.
I'm in my 30s.
Not a boy. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not good.
Now, what I would have liked to see is a Glenn Powell.
It's kind of like, remember.
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead. We need to hear from you.
I just remember like when Teen Titans go to the movies. You guys remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the movie, like they meet Slade, and they're like, Slade is Deadpool. It's just kind of like we were talking about, like Teen Titans is a kid show, and they're talking about Deadpool. Like, oh yeah, everybody's seen Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool. Blah 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 blah. Like, wait a minute, you're 7 years old and you know about Deadpool? Like, what the heck, man?
So I think the unfortunate thing is too that like Fortnite and Roblox will also like make skins of those characters, and so kids think these are kid characters. I want to see the movie. Then they go watch it and then are like bombarded by 1,000 F-bombs, and they're like, my whole world has been opened, Pandora's box, and so they're like, oh yeah, I saw Deadpool. Yeah, I saw Deadpool, the first and second one. They were good movies. And it's like, you're 9. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did like the quips at Disney. There were plenty of quips at Disney and Fox owning like just Marvel.
Yeah.
And they were very cheeky with it. Of course they would be.
Right.
But they were on the nose.
Now, like what I was about to say is I would have liked a Glenn Powell lookalike at my theater instead of a Deadpool, okay? Because Twisters just came out and it was awesome, and Glenn Powell is really hot. All right? That's all I got to say. That's my review of the movie. No, I'm joking.
What are you talking about that?
She doesn't like Glenn Powell.
He's constantly smiling.
That makes him super attractive.
No, it makes him kind of like...
It means he's nice.
Yeah, he was nice.
No.
I agree with Brian.
If you are always smiling, then you look like one of the Titans from Attack on Titan. Okay? That's a problem.
You were so wrong in that. But anyways, let's actually give our review of the movie. I believe all 3 of us saw it. Katie actually saw it when I saw it the second time, so now I've seen it twice. And I'm glad that while he was like, the eye candy and everything of the movie, he was not the main focal point. And I'm really glad that he wasn't. It was the tornadoes, and trying to calm them.
Yes,
so, while he was there to sell it and be like, okay, get the women in the theater and the men. All right, whatever. But get everybody in the theater. To see him walking in the rain with that white shirt, they did that on purpose. They know what they were doing.
Oh, they totally did.
Yeah, but the movie itself was
100%.
beautiful. I don't know if you guys had the same feeling, but when Kate is like in the field and her piano music plays when she's thinking and trying to.
Yeah, that was so
I
good.
was like, this is almost like Ghibli-esque or like Pride and Prejudice-esque. I was like loving and eating up those moments. It was so beautiful.
I did get those Pride and Prejudice vibes.
She was a good heroine.
Yes, she was. I agree wholeheartedly. I think everybody did a great job in the acting department. So we had our new guy, our new Superman, and he was our like bad guy, you know, not really, just like a mini villain in a way. I think he did a great job playing like a kind of role, you know, like and I liked him in that. And then you had the guy from Hamilton. Did you guys notice he was from Hamilton? Have you guys seen the Hamilton play before?
I've seen Hamilton once, and I did not like it. I think I'm the only American that did not like it.
What? Oh, Brian got auto-tune.
I broke him.
What? Brian went auto-tune. That was awesome. Now I know what he sounds like if he becomes Jason Derulo. Yeah, no, I loved Hamilton, and he played one of the characters in Hamilton. He had really long hair. And so I was like, hey, I know that guy. I don't know his name, but he was in Hamilton. So I thought he was a really good character as well.
I think he's Puerto Rican.
I think you're right. I think you might be right in that. But so Kate was great. Tyler Owens was great. That one guy. It was so funny in like the first 10 minutes.
That one guy.
Yeah, that one guy. In the first 10 minutes, everything happens, and I was like, oh yeah, that person gone. That person.
Yeah,
gone.
I was saying that. So we went also with Ileana's sister-in-law Sydney and our mom, and Sydney was sitting next to me, and I'm like, they're dead.
They're dead.
All of them.
All of them.
Dead.
Yeah. But it wouldn't have been the story if they had cut all of them out, so you had to have at least a couple live. But I loved what they did. I thought the suspense was awesome. Like Brian said, I think the last episode when we talked about this, he was like, you gotta suspend your belief just a little bit. And I think you had to do that a little bit, but it was still awesome.
It was still a lot of fun. Okay,
yeah.
And I am actually very, very terrified of tornadoes in real life, IRL. Yeah. And so I'm watching these things, and I know it's fake. It is fake as heck. But it was done so well. It was shot so well. They acted so well.
Yeah.
Well choreographed. I had, like, scared tears going down my cheeks. Seriously. And it wasn't, like, me crying. It was just, like, I'm tearing up.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And I would jump and... It was awful, but in a good way. It was like a scary
soundtrack
movie
was good too.
The soundtrack was so good. Oh my gosh, you had the country music built in there. You had those beautiful piano trills in there that were awesome, and then you just had like the action music when everything's going on and it's building and it's intense. Like I felt everything, you know, in that movie. I'm zoned in. I am eating my popcorn like SpongeBob is eating his hands. All right, I am in it. So it was exactly what a summer blockbuster needed to be, and was actually really interesting that no like love triangle like really developed, no love interest really developed, and I kind of appreciated that in a weird way, that it wasn't
Spielberg said to skip that.
I'm glad that he
Which is
did.
good, yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm glad they
at the
didn't
end
make out
they were supposed to kiss at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were supposed to kiss at the end, but Spielberg was on there. He's the executive producer, and he's like, no, cut that out, because then it just kind of takes away from the whole story, you know, a little bit. Because they're like almost equals, you know, like it. And so I think that's a great move.
Yeah, I think that was really smart of him.
And then if they do a sequel, which they might, you know, then you can have them smooch later, you know.
Yeah. No, I loved it. It's like it teased at the fact of like them,
Lucky
becoming
Daisy.
becoming a little thing, but they didn't like go into it further. I love that he like drilled into the ground to go get her, but it didn't progress any further than that, and I don't think it needed to. It was exactly what it needed to be. So now I feel like I need to go watch the first one over again and see what was different, because in this one I felt like we didn't really get to see the destruction happen. It was like you were close up when the tornado was happening, and so you could see their faces reacting to it, but you didn't really see like whole buildings get wiped out or anything. It was like you see the destruction after. And so I'm wondering how
First one's still the best.
So did it
I don't
actually
know.
show stuff like that in the
I
first
actually
one?
like this one better.
Really?
I do.
Brian, what's your consensus?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and it had enough of those cheek.
I'm gonna say the original is still the best, but
Okay.
Yeah.
It had enough of those 90s tropes. I was thinking about it today. It had those 90s tropes that I'm like, I'm on board with this. And then they took it up a notch. Somebody was detected at my front door.
That scared me. I was like, what the heck is that? Who's talking?
It had those 90s tropes where it's like, okay, we got the guy that's like, he seems to be the good guy, but then he has that ulterior motive. But it's set in place by this other bad guy that's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But then he comes to the good side, and then we have that other, that hot guy that's like, oh, he looks all big and bad, but he's really a good guy.
He's really smart, actually.
Yeah, and
he hides it.
And he's decent. And then she goes, oh, maybe
he has a heart
not
of gold.
So bad.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I'm seeing this. I see this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed that movie, so much so that I had to see it a second time. I think that will become like my summer movie to rewatch because it's just so fun. And I also feel like I can put this on in front of my kids and not feel like uncomfortable. There's no like random, sex scene. There's no random making out, nothing like that. The language, there's a few S words here and there, but like it's not anything to like write home about. So I feel like I could just throw this on. The kids can watch it with me, and we'll just have like a great time being like, I'm gripped. It's crazy. That tornado. I love it when the guy's like, twins. We got twins.
Yeah.
I thought that was so much fun. So it was a great time. I loved it. Twins. And then I love that no one said like, oh, wait a second. Speaking of this part, okay, it's when they're in the town and the tornado's coming to the movie theater. That entire time I was like, I'm watching the real life version of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs with the spaghetti tornado and the meatballs and everything. This is what's going on right now. I don't know if anyone else had that, but that's what I felt.
No, I was thinking about Halloween Town.
Oh, yeah.
When they go to the theater and that's where Calabar lives or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. He lives inside the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's funny.
I think it was more like movies are back to save the day, sort of deal.
And that was actually,
Just go to the movie theater.
I don't think
it's like go to the movie theater. I think it was kind of an innuendo. Like, go see a movie in the movie theater where it's going to be a bit more enjoyable than seeing it at home,
So what was actually really crazy is that these two movies came out right around the same time or that same night or whatever. My movie theater was packed. Like, I'm talking cars in every single slot, in every single parking space. I was like blown away because I'm like, movies are back. I love it. I'm like so excited that post-COVID movies are not dead. Like, people still want to go. Okay.
Let's ask Alexa how much it's made.
Okay, sure.
Alexa.
From perueducator.edu.pay. How it's made is a
Alexa, be quiet. Alexa, how much money has Twisters made?
Twisters has grossed
$500 million.
$196 million US dollars in the United
$196 million US. That's not bad.
Dang,
I
I
would
feel
think
like
That's pretty good.
I feel like it
It's
could have
not
been
bad.
more. Dang.
Alexa, How much has Twisters grossed worldwide?
From Convoy.com, Twisters has collected
Five hundo.
$274.38 million at the worldwide box office so far.
So over 200
Wow.
million.
Really? I feel
Yeah.
like it would have done more. Ask about Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm wondering.
Alexa, how much money has Deadpool
Oh, that's
and Wolverine
at
made?
$1 billion.
Deadpool and Wolverine has
That's $1
cost
billion.
You keep talking. I can't hear.
He doesn't
I think
know.
I think it made over 300 million.
Yeah, but I know. No, I know. It's at like $900 million globally as of tonight.
Alexa, how much
Serious, I
money
know.
has
Trust me.
Deadpool and Wolverine made worldwide?
From Wikipedia.org, as of July 31st, 2024, Deadpool and Wolverine has grossed $280.5 million in the
200
United States and Canada, and $310.1 million in other territories.
That's bull. That's not right.
So about
I'm
600
telling you,
million. So about 600
So
million.
as of yesterday on Forbes, all right, it says
that was a week ago. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just asking her.
Alexa's
okay?
full
All
of
right,
crap,
to-
man.
as
Don't
her
ask her
best.
again.
as of yesterday
that
by
chick.
Forbes .com. All right, it is at 850 million today and heads towards 1 billion box office by its
Good
third
grief.
weekend of release. Deadpool and Wolverine should reach roughly 900 million headed into its third week. So by the end of business next Sunday, Ryan Gosling and Hugh Jackman starring blockbuster sequel for director Sean Levy, who
Told
co-wrote with
you.
Ryan Reynolds, should easily top 1 billion. All right. So
Now again, is that because prices are so high for tickets? Or because of how many tickets they're actually selling?
that is the question, my dude. Because, like,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
go see it.
That is a good question, actually. I think it does have return viewers. I mean, you have to have return viewers to be able to make $1 billion. But, I mean, the thing is, too, again, it's an R-rated film. So you can't go see it without an adult with you. So I think part of it is the cost of just movies in general, maybe. Yeah.
Usually,
that's what I'm
R-rated movies
thinking.
don't do that well because they are not, general public.
But I will say, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. Their marketing was superb.
Yeah.
That was really, really good marketing. You
The
couldn't
popcorn
turn
bucket.
anywhere without seeing it somewhere. Heinz ketchup and mustard. That was great.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
So
Everywhere.
that was Deadpool and Wolverine, Twisters.
I think Ryan Reynolds is probably up there as like one of the biggest movie stars. He can do any kind of crap movie, I feel like all his movies are almost the same at this point, and they're just really marketable, and he can make money pretty easy. If it's a comedy with Ryan Reynolds doing silly action, I think it'll sell.
Can I be
And-
honest real
It's
quick?
almost like there's
No,
not
I
very
want you to
many
lie.
few guys that can do that.
I'm going to be honest real quick. I don't really like Ryan Reynolds as an actor. I don't think he's that good, if I'm being completely
Well, and
100%
I think he knows that.
honest.
He jokes about it kind of in this movie. He brings
Okay.
up how he's always breaking the fourth wall because
Right.
that's what Deadpool does. He brings up movie like he just looks at the camera and goes, "The proposal."
I just don't, I don't think he's a very good actor. Like, sure, he can be funny, but I've just never, like,
I can't take him as a sincere
He's
human.
super charming.
yeah, I'll give him that. I have
He's
nothing
very
against his
charming, and-
person,
Yeah.
who he is in interviews, who he like Mint Mobile, whatever, who he is in commercials. I think he's fine. I think he's a funny dude.
Detective
whatever.
Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu. But as a
His
like
best movie.
protagonist in a movie, I'm like, I'm not buying it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm not immersed fully with his acting skills.
Yeah, I don't think he could do a dramatic Ryan Gosling kind of movie. I don't think he has the depth for it. I don't know if you could take him seriously as like a Ryan Gosling kind of actor.
Yeah.
But
Or
I
heaven
mean, he's
forbid,
he's
Chris
probably the
Pratt.
biggest leading man right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't take him as seriously as Chris Pratt.
And like Chris Pratt is a silly guy himself. However, I still feel immersed when he is a character that he is that character. You know, when I see Ryan Reynolds, I'm like, that's Ryan Reynolds. You know, but when I see Chris Pratt as, let's say,
yeah,
you know,
100%.
what's his name? What's his name in that movie? Oh my gosh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Jurassic Park guy.
Oh,
In
yeah.
In
When I
Jurassic
see him
Park,
as
he's
Jurassic
like,
Park dude.
that's the Jurassic Park guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his character. That's him. He is playing that person. When he was Mario, he is Mario.
Yeah.
You know, as ridiculous as some of his roles are, he doesn't. I don't see Chris Pratt. I see the character, and I feel like that is what Ryan Reynolds is lacking.
Yeah,
Even-
yeah. With Ryan Reynolds, it always feels like he's trying to he's gonna pop out his wiener at any moment, that sort of thing. Kind of like how he did in Waiting, you know. Just that's kind of his whole thing.
Does he do that? I didn't know that was a thing that he does.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Oh,
do it
that's a
on
joke
the
in the
regular.
movie. It's Waiting with him and Justin Long,
Oh, I don't like
where
Justin Long. I
they
don't
work
like
as waiters,
him.
like in an Applebee's kind of restaurant, and they just have this shtick where they like flash their ding ding
Oh.
in the back when people are cooking food.
Oh.
Oh, anyway.
Well.
Hey.
So, I think that's going to be ending the, summer movie fest that we have been talking about this whole time. I think it's finally coming to a close. We saw Inside Out. We saw the Deadpools. We saw the Twisters. What else was there? I don't remember all the movies that came out. Oh, I saw Fall Guy. You guys, speaking of Ryan Gosling.
Aliens Romulus is coming out.
Yeah, this
Have you seen
next
that
weekend.
marketing in New York City?
No, what's it look like?
No.
Brian, have you seen
Tell
it?
me more. Tell me more.
That was actually really clever. I saw it today.
Go on.
It has the alien baby. What do you call that? I forgot the name of it. Anyway, people, I guess actors, like just ho-hum actors, extras, have this thing on their face and they're just laying out, yeah, exactly, all over New York.
Oh man.
All
Heck
over
yeah, bro.
New York.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And people are looking at them like,
Gross.
what the heck is that? Yes.
That is super cool and trippy.
crazy. Now, when I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, this
Yeah,
movie's
that's
gonna
messed up.
blow.
You think
But-
so?
Yeah, but with that is marketing genius.
Yeah, I love that. That's super cool. See, that's
And
what like
scary.
makes movies
That's
so
super
cool.
scary.
That's what makes movies so cool.
And
I
horrifying.
I love aliens movies. Aliens movies always freak me out.
Yes.
The aliens movies, you know.
yeah,
I
like
love 'em
that.
Yes.
Yeah, that
to
brand.
death. Even when they're bad, I like it so much, and yeah, they. creep
This
me
one
out.
just looks like it'll be exceptionally bad, though.
I'm like, we haven't had
I
a
hope
good
not. I hope it's
alien
not.
type movie in some time. Like it's been horror
been a while.
movies, it's been, body possession movies. I'm like, I'm ready for a good alien movie. I don't know if I can watch it in theater because I'll probably be screaming like Mom did while watching Twisters. It was funny. Mom screamed. She went, "Ah!" as soon as one of like the rocks or something hit the car. She was like, "Ah!" I was like, "Oh, girl, calm down." But I'm like, that's gonna be me if I go and watch Alien Romulus in theater. I'd be like, "Ah!" ridiculously screaming in the theater. So I'm just not gonna do that. I'm gonna sit on my couch probably from home and watch it when it comes out. But yeah, that's maybe our last summer blockbuster coming out. What else is coming out recently? Movies.
I'll tell you what I
upcoming.
did
Harold
not
and the-
enjoy.
Purple Crayon.
Oh yeah.
In case I didn't make it known, I did not enjoy Despicable Me 4. I know I've talked about it. I just want to bring it up again.
Oh yeah, and we
But I
also
didn't
had
enjoy
we had, oh my gosh, Furiosa. We had Furiosa come out. Gladiator should be coming out soon. Sonic 3 should be coming
Yeesh.
out soon. Yeah, so we've got a lot of movies coming out very soon. Oh, and then, y'all, I was so disappointed with the Wicked trailer. I don't know how y'all felt about it.
I thought
but
we've already talked about it.
why did they show the whole freaking thing in the trailer?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about it. They showed the whole movie, premise, plot, everything.
I was wondering, like, if it is a musical, they are not selling it as a musical at
No.
all, and I wonder if that's gonna bite them in the butt. Like
in the
why
trailer,
don't they sell it as a musical to people that like musicals?
I guess they're assuming that, like, oh, you know the musical, you know it's gonna be a musical. They only showed one musical number, I guess, and it wasn't even like her singing the song. It was just her doing this and someone talking over it, but it was Ariana Grande as Glenda
Exactly.
or whatever.
I
and she
was like,
going, "Ah."
why don't they show Ariana singing?
Yeah.
Ariana Grande singing, because you have a selling point for your movie, like, you know, but
Maybe
I don't know.
because they think it'll have the adverse effect. Maybe for those people that aren't familiar, they go in oh, it's a musical.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But everybody knows Wicked is like one of the most popular musicals that you
would
ever see in
think.
New York City. You know,
You would think, but I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I was just so
I mean, it could
disappointed
be-
that trailer was so
That's-
freaking long. Okay, the trailer was long. They showed everything. We know the plot, all right? I've never seen The Wicked play before. So if I had not seen this trailer, I would not have known what's going on and been like, oh, maybe I am interested, okay? But after I saw it, I was like, this movie looks boring as heck. What the heck?
Cats. That's all I can say. It looks like cats.
You're so right.
No,
You're so
I don't
right.
agree with that. Cats was atrocious.
And this doesn't look good either. And I feel bad because it has hot Jonathan Bailey in it.
But
all right.
but it doesn't. But it does. It looks like it. It has the same. It has the same bad
it has that
CGI
same
kind
shiny
of thing,
AI kind of
weird
thing.
makeup.
Yeah,
It-
yeah,
it
yeah.
It's a
doesn't-
musical.
It doesn't have that fuzzy look of like
Yeah,
that weird,
so
blurry
it's-
AI generated crap CGI stuff on it. I'll give them that. It doesn't have that look. However, it does look fake as butts. Okay, so no, I'm not gonna go see it.
I probably will go see
I
it
feel
just
like
because
people don't
Bogo-
know what to do with movies set in Oz. You know?
Yeah, do you remember that
People
hot
don't know what
trash
to do.
that came out a
Remember
few years
the
ago?
James Franco movie, Oz?
Yeah, exactly.
Oz and the Great
exactly.
Conqueror or something like
I
that.
mean, I
it was
liked
so bad.
it, but it didn't do anything.
It was
No,
so
It had,
unmemorable.
it had Michelle Williams, Rachel Weisz, Mila Kunis, but nobody even talks about that movie. They blew the budget on that movie, and I mean, Franco is not even in Hollywood anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
It just looked so, I don't know.
Plastic.
Yeah, plastic. Manufactured. It looks very manufactured. It doesn't look like a movie
Yeah.
that's made with
which
love.
is what this one looks like too.
Yeah, it just looks like, oh, we know it's gonna make a lot of money.
Goldblum.
So
Like you
we're
get
gonna-
you get Jeff Goldblum in there. Like, oh, Jeff Goldblum as the wizard. It's just
Why did
Spoilers,
they-
Not spoilers.
Yeah, why
it'll
did
be
they
funny.
already give that away in the trailer? That's so dumb. You're like, okay, here's like the giant mechanical thing, which also looks fake as butts, okay? Fake as butts. I'm so sick of this CGI stuff that just looks buns, all right? And then they're like, oh, maybe some mystery behind it. Who is Oz? Whatever.
Brian was so perturbed he turned digital.
And then they show it's Jeff Goldblum, and it's like, forget this. Why am I going to go see this movie? There's no suspense anymore. I know the whole plot.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What they needed to do was get Indina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, age them down, and just let them do it. Let them do what they do.
Oh my gosh, I
Ugh.
would have loved that.
God,
Actually,
They are the original
no.
Elphaba and
Well, they
Linda.
should have made it 20 years ago then.
Well, here we are.
yeah.
You
It
know what
just
we were
looks
making
like-
20 years ago?
Oh,
It looks like
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
too
be
late.
grabbing all of the musical theater nerds. Okay.
Of course,
You know, it's going to grab all those people and they're going to go watch it. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like, and I didn't like this movie either, the one with Jack Human in it. Hugh Jackman, The Greatest Showman.
Oh,
I did
didn't
not
that
like
movie.
The Greatest Showman.
I think it was overrated.
Yeah, I didn't
But
like
I
it.
liked it.
I hated it, actually. I'm going to go out and say it. I hated The Greatest Showman. The songs were awful, but it got all those...
Oh, no, they weren't.
They were
The songs
so
were great.
bad. They were so
they
bad.
weren't.
Yes, they were.
You're bad.
They were bad.
if you
Songs
think
were
The
great.
Greatest Showman is the greatest movie of all time, you have no taste in movies. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Thank
That
you,
is
Brian.
100% true.
Thank you.
It is
because
not, but it did have good music.
no, those songs were
Yes.
so boring, cookie cutter stamped. You know what?
A
Here.
million dreams are in my bed.
Cookie cutter stamp right here. I have a cookie cutter. That is The Greatest Showman. This guy right here. That. And that is the same way that I feel looking at this movie. Granted, it has not come out. But freaking they showed the whole thing in the trailer pretty much.
And you know that it has a sequel? It's going to have a sequel. It's just part 1. Allegedly. That's what I hear.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see how this one does first.
Yeah.
What more is there in this realm to show?
A million things are in my
So what I think about like those types of movies is they just get a bunch of famous faces, okay? They get people excited and they're like, "Oh, you love this thing and you love those people." So, here you go.
Oh, and you better bet that they're going to sneak in social commentary.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
That does not exist in the original, and they're just going to be like, we're going to use this as a...
Yeah, I feel like it's going
As
to
a
be a very
platter.
woke film, and I'm not looking forward to it. So I will not see it. I will wait for the YouTube reviews to come out and see if I was proved correct. All right? That's all I'm going to wait for. And then if my kids maybe want to watch it, hey, maybe I'll just throw it on the TV and like pop in every now and then. But I really don't even want to give it the time of day, if I'm being completely honest. So if that puts me on your hit list, yell at me in the comments, but you have to be subscribed. Okay?
Give us a thumbs down. I always like those.
Yeah, thumbs down. Be like, okay, you disagree. That's fair. But it's my that's my opinion. So, that is Wicked. And those are the summer blockbusters. So, those will be coming to the end. Now, the last news segment, all right? This one is like a, you know, from Home Improvement. Robert Downey Jr. returns to the MCU as no, not as Iron Man. As Doctor Doom.
Yikes.
What the who now? What?
Yikes.
We are
Why?
living in the
Oh
darkest
my
timeline.
gosh.
That's so accurate.
We were doing so well, and
Uh,
then somebody killed a butterfly, and now here we are.
The wings of the butterfly flapped and a flood happened on the other side of the world. And it happened to be on our side of the world.
Which caused Robert Downey Jr. to be Doctor Doom.
Why did they think this was a good idea?
Oh, man.
I'm like,
I mean, at first I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, okay, neat. Wait a minute. Huh? What?
yeah, so I actually want to hear more in depth, Brian. What are your feelings on it?
But look, here's the thing, man. They're trying to resurrect, and I know the Deadpool movie was like, yeah, the past few years of Marvel have been sucky. You know, I know that's what they've been kind of saying. But
Oh.
I think Marvel is dead. I really do. I don't think there's anything they can do.
Truer
Brian
words.
is also living in the year 2004 with the
No, but I like what he just said. Marvel is dead. And I truly think it is. Marvel is dead. If this is what they're doing, that out of all of the actors that are in Hollywood, they're choosing the same one from the same universe again?
Where he was a hero and he died valiantly, and they're just gonna be like, no, he didn't. Not only is he not dead, but he's actually not.
Well, here's the thing, and this is this thing with comic books. And it's kind of up my love-hate relationship with comics is that when you have a comic story and then it reaches an ending, comics always find a way in comic book stories and superheroes to bring back the character. And I hate that because then it has there's no oomph to the story then. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. And a story that doesn't just keeps continuing with no definitive end it's not a good story. So once you finish it's people are done. They've exhausted all the story capabilities. So wait, I don't know why you guys keep doing
I
that.
agree. I do agree with you. It's just like he's dead. No, he's not. Okay, now he's dead. No, he's not.
Yeah, I think that's so annoying and super ridiculous. Like, no, you said it, and I think it's completely valid that Marvel is dead. And why couldn't they have just gotten another character? Why couldn't they have just gotten another actor? Why did it have to be Robert Downey Jr. yet again? They had a plethora.
They could have gotten Arnold Schwarzenegger to be anything else.
That would have been so cool. And everybody would have been freaking out.
They could have put
Sylvester Stallone
Ranger as anything.
Who?
Walker Texas Ranger.
What the heck is that?
Chuck Norris.
Oh, Chuck Norris. That would have been cool too.
Yeah, they could have hired Chuck Norris to be anybody.
Yeah.
But no.
They were like, hey, remember that beloved character? He died. You know what? We're bringing him back. And you guess what? He's the villain this time. And I get it. This is like a very divided subject. Some people are like all for it. They're like, oh my gosh, I love Robert Downey Jr. I love, whatever his name is, Dr. Doom, whatever the heck, Doofenshmirtz. I don't care. People are like up in arms like, woo, this is awesome. So excited. And then there's other people like us that are like, what the fudge are y'all doing? You're out of the game. You're out of the game. You guys cannot compete anymore because you guys can't get it to freaking gather. So I don't know. I just don't know. What else have you been seeing online, sister?
That's it. We were left with that announcement, and there's nothing else right now. It's all like, okay, what is it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There was it was that it was a Nintendo thing that was there was an ad for what looked like a new horror game. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
What was the name of that? And then it ended up being a whole nothing burger.
No, I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, I remember.
It was let me look it up. It was like cuz I'm hoping it's the same kind of thing. Nintendo horror tease.
I don't remember.
Emio, the Smiling Man.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That was last month. Emio, the Smiling Man. There was this random picture that was posted on Nintendo's webpage or somewhere. Maybe it was YouTube. And it's like, there's nothing. We don't know anything about this guy. And everybody was like, is this a new horror game? Like a legit horror game? Because this is freaking out. And turns out it's just the Famicom Detective Club.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate thing. You get everybody riled up and then becomes like a blah. Like, why?
And in this case, I'm hoping it's the same thing where you have Robert Downey Jr. revealed as Dr. Doom, but it ends up being like a Disney Plus animated thing, like X-Men 97.
Oh, I don't think so. I think this is going to be like MCU.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm playing devil's advocate today
Yeah.
for lots of things. So
Hoping
I'm
it would be
hoping
something
that-
like that.
Exactly.
Because then that would save their butts and not be so ridiculous of a move. Because it's like, why logistically did you make that decision? You know, what was going on in the boardrooms that y'all made this call? So if it's going to be like, oh, we love his voice, we're going to use him as a voice actor, or, you know, his motion cap, whatever. But no, just no. I don't understand. Don't get it. Leave us a comment down below if you do understand and do agree, because I don't, and I would love to hear a person who actually is in favor of this. So I just don't know where that's gonna leave us.
Wait.
What?
No, go ahead. Finish your thought. Yeah.
No, that's okay. No, that's just where it's gonna leave me with the MCU. I think it's dead, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, Brian. So I just don't know. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you have something to share, Brian?
Share with
Oh, did you guys get my whole spiel
Yeah.
Yeah.
did.
earlier?
Yeah. You're a
Yeah.
little robotic, but that's okay.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
sounded like Neo when he was first entering the Matrix, but we got it.
Yeah, we heard you. No problem. That's
Good.
funny. I texted Katie separately, and I
Oh,
was
by
like,
the way, Katie,
Yes.
I watched finally Matrix Resurrections. God, that movie is bad. It is not a good movie.
I liked it.
Resurrection.
That might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was so
I
bad.
liked it.
Dang, worse than
Ugh.
Battlefront or whatever that movie was.
Yikes.
Battleship, whatever the heck. Remember that
What?
movie that was like filmed at a tilt?
Oh yeah, Battlefield Earth.
Oh,
Yeah, Battlefield. Earth.
Battlefield Earth. Yeah,
That one was so bad.
Yeah,
But
I've never seen that Travolta movie, but
I have.
this one was pretty bad. And it's not like Keanu was bad.
No, it was
just
Neil
the
Patrick
story
Harris.
was just
It
Neil
was-
Patrick
god-awful.
It
Harris.
was Neil Patrick Harris, and you're like, ugh, you're nauseating.
He's nauseating in general. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I don't really like him as an actor.
No,
He's
I don't like
obnoxious.
him either.
It, like,
Oh, but then they
completely-
also then they had Kristoff there too, who's also in Hamilton as the King George, and he's just like this guy should never be allowed to act in an actual action movie. He's not good. Please.
Dang.
That
I
movie was
remember
so
him-
bad. I can't believe I watched it. It was horrible.
I remember him from Glee, and I wanted to kick him in the mouth every time I saw him.
What happened to any of those people from Glee? They never.
Oh man, I watched recently a thing like an expose on Glee, and
Yeah.
ooh, creepy. When I was in college, I watched a lot of Glee.
That was a firework that shined and faded away so
well,
fast.
and I'm glad
Yeah.
it did.
And every actor on that
because-
show too.
Yeah,
gone.
they're gone. Gone.
Well, and what's sad is about
They
there
were
were three,
like doing Smurfs movies and comedies.
Yeah.
And like each one was able to have like some project they got to do. You know, the main teacher guy, his girlfriend teacher lady, a few of the other kids, but then they were gone and nobody ever from again.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well,
Like,
three of the main characters died in real life.
Yeah.
Leah Michelle
Dang.
does
Jeez.
stage, but she is pretty much blacklisted from Hollywood because she's a horrible human.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that back in the day.
And the guy that
Dang.
created this show does American Horror Story, and he's a horrible human too.
Even Jamie Lynch came out as a horrible person as well. Like had all
Jamie
these things.
Lynch.
Isn't that her name? Jamie Lynch?
You mean you talk about the coach?
Jamie
Yeah.
Lynn Siegler?
She's
you
something
talking
Lynch.
about?
She's something Lynch. What's her name? Thought she was Jamie Lynch.
Oh, Jane Lynch.
yeah,
Jane
Lynch.
Lynch.
Jane Lynch.
I was close.
No.
Jamie.
Oh, I don't
Jamie.
know. I don't think
Jane
she's a
Lynch.
bad person. I
She's
think
alright. She still does stuff.
Yeah.
She still does stuff, but she had like
No,
a bunch of
she's good.
allegations against
She's
her as
decent.
not
Oh, I
being
don't
a
know
great
about
person
that.
either. Now I know Leah Michelle was the one that was like the real like, oh no, she's not
Yeah.
the good one. But Jane Lynch also had some stuff come
She
out
was.
against
She
her.
thought she was hot poop, but
Yeah.
no, you're not.
Yeah. So
Get your big nose out of here. We don't want to see that.
that's racist.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Canceled.
It's not. Wait, is she Jewish? Is she Jewish?
Okay, Wesley. Yes, Leah Michelle is very Jewish.
I wish Brian was an Optimus
Jewish?
Prime moment
She doesn't
again.
look
She's
Jewish.
Jewish.
Optimus Prime, stop talking.
No, but I said Jewish, like Spaceballs.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha. Yeah, that I get. But anyways,
Louise.
there was something I wanted to hit on real quick. I just recently finished the TV show Invincible season 2. All right, they left on a cliffhanger again. Once again,
Yes.
lots of gore, lots of awesome things.
Yes.
We have to wait until freaking 2025, okay, to get another season of this show.
That's just next year.
But it's like, oh my gosh,
Dang.
all this waiting. And what made me laugh so hard was
Dude, that's like a whole 12 months.
they called themselves out on it. So when Mark goes to Comic-Con with Amber, he's like talking to one of the animators for his favorite TV show. He's like, oh, when is this show gonna come out? Oh, well, it takes a long time for us to make the show, but sometimes we like to cut corners. And they're cutting corners as they're like doing that, where, oh yeah, sometimes we don't show the mouth of the character because it's hard to animate, or sometimes we shoot from the back so you don't have to animate the mouth and it just cuts the time, or sometimes we do a big like wide shot and nobody's moving, but you don't even think about it because people are talking. I'm like, that's hilarious. And hopefully they do crap like that to make this show get faster. Because gosh dang it, I need an ending, okay? I need an ending. What happens to Nolan? I need to know. Omni-Man. I need to know. So, yeah. Invincible. And then Brian, you were talking about The Boys. That season finally ended as well. That was season 2.
Yeah, and that ended on a cliffhanger too.
Dang.
It's crazy how nowadays you wait so long. You wait 2 years for a season of a TV show. You watch it within a week.
Yeah.
8 episodes done in a week, and then you're like, well, that was fun. Now I gotta wait for another year and a half for the next one. God,
Yeah.
it's like,
I think streaming services have truly destroyed the
man.
way that we watch TV nowadays, because it used to be like releasing one episode a week type of thing and you would have to wait. Now we just binge watch it. I'm glad we kind of didn't do that with Avatar. We did not binge watch it. In a way, it was really stressful and like, I just want to freaking watch it already. But it was like, you could appreciate it more. You got to do,
no,
delve in deeper.
that was a good idea because
Yeah.
if we watched that mess in one, we would have
But
shot.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it again before the new season comes out, whenever the heck that is.
Yeah, and I'm surprised you
Oh,
just did that with
Lord.
Rings of Power.
Well, yeah, I
No
wanted
way.
to watch Rings of Power anyway.
That's a hard watch.
Not really. I watched it again, and
It's
it
long.
Yes, that is.
It's long, and those conversations are drawn
Oh.
out.
I urge you to try watching a couple back to back, because they're actually it keeps up the pace because you already know what's going on at this point.
Okay.
You can follow along, and knowing kind of the secret things that you learn at the last episode, you kind of see,
Mhm.
yeah.
So like the story, I guess, makes more sense now that you've like already seen everything happen, so you can follow the
Yeah.
dialogue a little bit better.
Yeah. So, I enjoyed watching it in one day. I just binged all of the episodes in one day. It was
How
awesome.
the heck? That is just so much information. I feel like the
Because
action,
it's
don't
Lord
get
of
me
the
wrong.
Rings.
The action is awesome. It did such a good job with like keeping the CGI not that like fuzzy, weird looking crap, that's annoying. They did a great job with
so
that.
Pretty to look at.
Yeah,
If nothing else, it's so pretty to look
but
at.
it's just
And Hot Elf Daddy is so.
oh my
I have a
gosh.
question for you though.
What?
I have a question for you though. And I've seen this criticism about Rings of Power a lot lately. What if they did that show, but they didn't do the Hobbits, the Harfoots? What if they saved all that stuff for season 2? You think that would have made the show better?
And just focus on Galadriel.
I don't know about better. Maybe different.
Just
I
focused
thought about
on
that too.
the elves, the dwarves, all that stuff. Just completely skip, take out all the Hartfoot stuff.
I think
Save that all
would've-
for season 2.
I think
Just
that would have
what
been
it is
made
right
it,
now.
That would have made it hard to digest because I think you needed to take away a moment from all of, like, the chaos and just like separate yourselves. That's the kind of thing that I like about Avatar, is that they always go back and forth between characters because it's still filling in the gaps of the story. So you get like Aang in the group for a good section, and then we go to Zuko, okay? And like, it doesn't take away from the fact that what happened to Aang and the gang just happened. Now it's just a different part of something that's happening at the same time, and then the stories mesh together, okay? So
It's funny that you brought that up because I've been rewatching Avatar for the literal 50th time.
yeah.
And what is the episode? It's the it's not the chase. It is the chase.
That
Maybe
they
it wasn't.
finally meet in the middle.
Well, you have so many different stories going on, and yet none of them seem out of place,
Yeah.
and the pacing is just really good. It's not like, oh, why are they putting this in here right now?
Yeah, it never feels incomplete. It never feels severed. It
Or
always
too
feels
much.
Yeah, it always feels like just the right amount. Cuz even if you only get a little thing of Zuko in that episode, you know, Aang is the main protagonist, but Zuko is as well. So you can go back and forth and it still feels like good watching this episode. Pluto, what?
Yeah, I hear your cat screaming.
Oh my gosh.
Tell him to cut that out.
Come here.
Stop abusing your children.
What do you have to say? Talk to them.
What the heck?
Pluto, what?
Meow 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 meow. What the heck? Creepy.
You know, I never thought
Creepy.
about that. You just solved
Creepy.
everything. Yes! More! More! Yes!
All right. If you guys don't have anything else to add, I think we're gonna go ahead and up the episode there. What do you think? There won't be a chunk today.
Pluto has spoken.
Wide receivers. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's so good on Netflix.
Yeah, super good.
Recommend.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
like that's
and then
that's
the Dallas
thing.
Cowboys cheerleader show too. Quality.
Football
Quality.
is coming out soon. You better bet your butt we're going to be talking football, okay? We won't spend the whole time on it, okay? But we got to make sure, like, it's what I love about sports now is it feels nerdy to like football in a weird way because it's like so straight stats and like characters. Well, they almost feel like characters. The players feel like characters. So that's how I'm like looking at sports these days. And now I'm feeling like a dork when I'm watching them. I can't wait to watch Josh Allen play. I'm so excited.
28 days till NFL football. 17 days to college football. Preseason starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're on Thursday, August 8th.
All right. Well, that's going to go ahead and conclude this week's episode of Bump That. We've got Brian down below.
Are you ready for some football?
Yes. We've got KT in this corner to the side.
Why does anyone actually think that they can beat Simone Biles or Katie Ledecky? Just give up.
Yeah, it's so true. And I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you guys in next week's episode. Bye-bye.